The drama surrounding Week 3 of the NFL season has taken a sudden twist, and at the center of it all are the Raiders. Just days ago, this matchup against the Washington Commanders looked like another tough road test, the kind of game that could easily slip away if the Raiders didn't bring their best. But in the span of 48 hours, everything changed. What was once a looming challenge has shifted into an opportunity, because for once, the Raiders didn't just get one stroke of luck, they got two. The first headline came down like a thunderclap. Jayden Daniels, the Commanders' rookie sensation, would not play. It's the first time since he entered the NFL that he'll miss a game, sidelined with a knee injury. For Washington, this is more than losing a player. It's losing the very heartbeat of their team. Daniels is the spark, the improviser, the game breaker who's turned a thin roster into something competitive. You remove him and you rip out the soul of that offense. Without him, Washington loses not just mobility but confidence, swagger, and the one player who could tilt a field in their favor. And as if fate wanted to balance the scales even more, the Raiders got their own piece of good fortune. Jackson Powers Johnson, the anchor of their offensive line, cleared concussion protocol. He's back, sliding into the middle of the trenches, bringing stability to a group that desperately needed it. Against the Chargers, his absence was glaring. Protection broke down, blocking calls fell apart, and the offense never found rhythm. With him back, everything feels more secure. Suddenly, the offensive line has its leader again, the run game has a foundation, and Geno Smith can breathe just a little easier in the pocket. 2 stories in 2 days, both pulling in the Raiders' direction. Now, the task is clear. Opportunity only matters if you seize it. Washington without Daniels is a shell of itself. The dominoes keep falling. Their top blocking tight end, John Bates, is out. That matters because when you're starting a backup quarterback, you need every ounce of protection you can get. Bates may not light up stat sheets, but his absence leaves a hole. Noah Brown, another receiver, also sidelined. Austin Eckler, the man they thought could give them versatility and an easy outlet, gone for the season. What's left? A rookie running back in Jackery Krosky-Merritt, a patchwork tight end, and Terry McLaurin, forced to carry the passing game on his shoulders. It's not much to scare a defense that's already been holding opponents under control. Enter Marcus Mariota. Veteran, journeyman, dangerous in flashes. But let's be real, there's a reason he's been riding the bench for a decade. Mariota can still run. He can still hit that first read if it's there. He can still hurt a defense if it gets sloppy. But he's not Jayden Daniels. He won't turn broken plays into magic. He won't extend drives by sheer will. He's the kind of quarterback you can beat if you stay disciplined. Keep him in the pocket. Make him see the whole field. Force him into 10-play drives. Because Washington doesn't have the firepower to sustain them. Even Vegas saw it instantly. The betting markets shifted the moment the news hit. That's how valuable Daniels is. Mariota is replacement level, and the odds move to reflect it. But opportunity is not destiny. The Raiders know better than anyone that underestimating a backup quarterback can get you burned. Andy Dalton did it to them. Baker Mayfield did it to them. They've been here before. That's why Patrick Graham's defense has to come out sharp. Pressure Mariota. Take the ball away. Don't give Washington a reason to believe. This is about crushing hope early. On the Raiders' side, the path is straightforward, if not simple. It begins with balance. Against the Chargers, Geno Smith threw for over 360 yards, but the team ran for only 53. That's a formula for disaster. Ashton Jeanty, the young running back with a spark in his step, needs touches. 20 at minimum. Let him settle the offense, wear down defenders, and give Geno a chance to stay calm. That's where Powers Johnson's return looms largest. With him back in the middle, the Raiders can trust their inside runs again. They can set a tone instead of scrambling to play catch-up, and then there's Geno himself. Through 2 weeks, he's sitting on 1 touchdown and 4 interceptions. That cannot continue. He's pressing, forcing throws, trying to make highlight plays when the smart checkdown would do. Against the Chargers, it turned into chaos. Against Washington, he doesn't need to force anything. Their secondary isn't elite. Marshawn Lattimore, talented but worn down by injuries, is the closest thing they have to a shutdown presence. Beyond him, there's room to work. Geno's weapons are plenty. Myers, Tucker, Thornton, Bowers. Speed and size are there. The key is patience. Take what's given. Trust the game plan. The big plays will come, but only if he resists the urge to chase them. Defensively, the Raiders should be licking their chops. 2 games in, they're allowing just 16.5 points per game and holding opponents under 70 yards rushing. That's not just solid, it's elite territory, even in a small sample size. Most of the rushing damage has come from quarterbacks scrambling, not from backs carving them up. And now, against Washington, the threat of designed quarterback runs is minimized. Mariota isn't Daniels. He won't carry the ball 20 times. That tilts the matchup even further. The goal is clear. Bottle up Merritt, force Mariota to drop back, and then attack. But it can't just be about stopping them. It has to be about taking the ball.
2 turnovers.
That's the number. Strip sacks, tipped passes, anything to flip the field and hand the offense short yardage. Do that and the Raiders control the game. Fail, and suddenly Mariota finds rhythm, and this turns into a trap. Even special teams can't be overlooked. Daniel Carlson's consistency matters. A.J. Cole's punting flips fields and forces opponents to drive long distances. Those hidden yards, those subtle shifts, they add up. They help good teams separate from mediocre ones, and then comes the psychology. Monday night against the Chargers was humbling. The Raiders left the field knowing they were outclassed. The Chargers looked like a playoff team. The Raiders looked like a team still building, still trying to close the gap. That was the kind of reality check every franchise faces. But this week is different. This is not a heavyweight fight. This is not a step up in class. This is a game you are supposed to win. And that's why it matters even more. Because the difference between 7 wins and 10 wins often comes down to games like these. Beating playoff caliber teams is one thing, but beating the backups, the skeleton rosters, the undermanned squads, that's mandatory if you want to be taken seriously. The Raiders don't often get gifts in this league. But this week they got 2. Washington lost their quarterback. Las Vegas got their center back. It's as clean of a swing as you'll see in September. The only question left is whether this team is disciplined enough, mature enough, and hungry enough to cash it in. What do you think, Raiders fans? Is this the turning point where the team shows it can take care of business, or do you worry they'll let another backup quarterback write the headline? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you're enjoying these breakdowns, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more Raiders stories every week.